peace, and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual vittles. And today I'm going in on, are you spiritually window shopping? This is a banger, family. This is a banger. See, I'm seeing too many people out here spiritually window shopping. Meaning, you're not going all the way in with your spiritual practices. You're hiding your spirituality. You're afraid to talk about it. When company come over, you put your altar in the closet. You hide your tools. You don't wear your jewelry. I am not spiritually window shopping any longer. I stopped about 5 years ago. Before, I used to think people would think I was crazy, but now I don't care. I don't care. I would come into a room and people would be like, I see your light, how you doing? And I would be like, I'm fine, and just shut it off right then. In fear of scaring people with my spirituality. Now I go in hard body. I tell people, yeah, I got books out. I got a YouTube page, please subscribe. I got a website. I do spiritual resumes. I'm a numerologist. I'm a counselor. I'm a healer. I'm a martial arts instructor. I go all the way in. And what I've learned, I draw more people in that way. My PayPal rings more when I just give. And I've learned through my spiritual practices that whenever I do anything for the betterment of mankind, the universe blesses me. The law of reciprocity is real. The money is good, but I get more enjoyment when I help people. I'm no longer spiritually window shopping, and I don't want you to do it either. If you're like, oh, I'm afraid to say anything about my spirituality, don't do that. Speak on it. But I do suggest you master whatever you're talking about first. Because I don't want you to, get your spirit broken. If you're out there talking about spirituality and you can't answer questions yet, keep everything in for a minute until you learn your craft. I can go with the best of them. I go with the best of them because I just talk about what I know and what I've done. It may not be as astute as the next spiritual practitioner, but I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane. And that's what I want you to do. Pick one practice. I don't care if it's altar work, meditation, solar gazing, divination, tarot, numerology, astrology. Pick one practice and master that. Take about 6 months and jump right in it. Go hard body in it. Okay? Once you finish that, pick up another one. In about 2 or 3 years, you've accomplished so much by just diving a little bit in things one by one. That's the best way to learn. That's the best way to learn. Tackling little bitty steps. Don't worry about learning everything about spirituality because you'll never learn it all. Just stay in your lane. Me, I come from a way of giving. Whatever I've learned, whatever worked for me, I share that with the family. I share that with you. Through my consultations, shout out to Miss Doris. We had a consultation last night, and I have a book creating service that I'll be starting soon. I'll have some classes to help people write more books. And we talked on the phone for like an hour and a half. I just wanted to give her a shout out. And I also want to shout out my brother Vaughn from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? We were on the phone talking about spiritually window shopping before I made this video. So I want to give a shout out, peace and love to my family. But anyway, back to spiritually window shopping. I want to let you know, family, the more you win, the more you give, the more the universe makes you win and makes you want to give. Stop spiritually window shopping, family. Go out there, talk about your altar. Talk about your wins. Talk about meditations. Get you a YouTube page open. Don't part-time do your spiritual work, spiritual practices. Do them all the time. Do them all day. When I'm driving in my car, I'm saying, oops, it's early. Let me go and start my mantras. I cut the radio down. I build up all that love and energy, and I start saying my mantras right then. I get them in. I don't say I'm going to go home and do all my spiritual work. I get it in throughout the course of the day. On my lunch break, I go out in the sun. I close my eyes. I don't care if people see me in the parking lot. I'm known as the crazy sun watcher at work, and I enjoy it. I'm cool with that. I'm winning. When you're doing your spiritual practices, you got to ignore the mundane-minded people. You got to literally ignore them. You don't want your ego to be tethered to their mundane mind. Just look at and think about the bigger picture. You're winning spiritually. You're trying to change your signature that the universe recognizes you by. Okay? And by doing your spiritual practices day in and day out, you're becoming a light body. Your DNA, your spiritual signature is changing. Who do you think the gods and the divine beings that govern this reality are going to help? People not doing spiritual practices and not helping people, or people who are out there showing their serenity, giving up things that they know is helping them vibrate low, giving to the world, vibrating higher, doing their spiritual practices, winning. They'll help you. They'll help you. Okay? And what's more important is not what you say, is what you think. Change the way you talk and change the way you think. Okay, family? You don't want to be out there cursing. You don't want to be out there belligerent and drunk. You want to be out there clear-minded at all times so you can get those downloads. And those downloads help you win. When I'm writing my books, inspiration comes at the most inopportune time. I'll be on a business call and I get a download. I put the call on mute and I get the writing right then. Once you learn your circadian rhythm, man, you know when to think about and see your downloads coming. I know my circadian rhythm is between 10 and 3 p.m. That's my most productive time for my creativity. Right then is when I just say my mantras and welcome all the downloads. I've written all 3 of my books between 10 and 3 p.m. That's just for me. You got to find your own. So family, stop being a spiritual window shopper if you are. Jump all the way in. Don't put your pinky toe in the spirit. Immerse yourself in it. Talk it. Walk it like you talk it. You know what I'm saying, family? So on that note, peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened. I can be reached on my hit radio show of my wife, Twin Flame Radio, every Monday night starting at 9 o'clock now. We switched the time, so the West Coast, I'm getting a lot of people from the West Coast saying they're missing us. So we're changing the time to 9 o'clock. So check us out on blogtalkradio.com, Twin Flame Radio. And check my books out on Amazon. I just released Wealth Consciousness 2 weeks ago. It's doing amazing on Amazon. I implore you all to go out and support the God. Wealth Consciousness by Christopher E. Huffman. Check out my other book, my best-selling book, Poverty Consciousness. And if you a man or a woman that love to be seduced mentally, check out The Enlightened Talk. It's a book of metaphysical spiritual poems that will surely titillate your frontal lobe. And on that note, family, peace and love. Hit the subscribe button if you ain't hit it. And I'm at you. Peace. Winning.